Finally, we have you here, Massimo.
It's a pleasure to be here, Peter.
Thanks for participating with us. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to
Yes.
have an opportunity to do some training on your own. My first question is this. What were you doing before you joined the business?
Before I joined the business, Peter, I'm a chemist and I worked as a manager in a big corporation before the business.
In Italy.
Yes.
Yeah. And why did you join the business? You had a good job.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's a great question, Peter. I had a good job. But, it couldn't give me the lifestyle that I wanted. After several years, I was excited in the beginning, for sure. And after a few years, I started looking at people that work in the same company for 10, 20, 30 years. And I discovered that, I didn't want the lifestyle that they have. And I discovered that I was in a wrong path. I, I like my job. Don't misunderstand. I like my job. I had a great position, but at the same time, I didn't like the final results because I wanted more freedom in my life. I want more money than my job can provide. I want more control. I want at the end to be somebody, and my job would never allow me to do this. That's why I joined the business.
Who showed you the business?
My brother. No, it was not my brother because my brothers contact me, but he was so new in the business. So the plan was shown to me by a gentleman that was the first time he was showing the plan in his life. He was so nervous, Peter. But he had the courage, as you said. A little bit of courage make a difference between success and failure. And he had the courage to show the plan, even if he was afraid.
And then what happened after you joined?
Yeah, after I joined, for me it was a big opportunity. I understood the plan quickly. I was not as many people say, they understood the plan after months. No, I understood immediately. I see the power in networking that you can really leverage on the time, the effort, and the skills of many, many people. And I saw the potential. So I started, and I was very serious when I started business. I took ownership, I took responsibility to do the work, and immediately I sponsored several people through the excitement, through just explaining the plan that I was presented to. I achieved the 9% very quickly the second month, so a good bracket. But the turning point in the beginning of the business was my participation to a weekend seminar. And I remember very well that day, because it was the day where it changed my perspective in the business.
How did it do that? What happened?
Good question, Peter. I already was excited, okay? Because I saw the opportunity, I already started, I sponsored a few people. But when I went to the weekend seminar, the environment, the big leaders, the people that achieve a great success, other people that achieve success without any skills, I got a perspective at the weekend seminar in just 3 days that made me change dramatically the way I built the business. After the weekend seminar, in fact, I start using the weekend seminar to build my business. So yes, I keep showing the plan, but at the same time, I become very strong and deliberate and powerful in promoting the weekend to other people.
Okay, how many people did you have at your first weekend seminar?
Oh, many people, me, only me.
And then
No,
give me the sequence.
yeah. Me and my wife at the first weekend, I was really frustrated because I couldn't, at the first weekend, I was not strong enough to promote to the other leaders that I have, other people that I have in my team. So I come back and I start promoting the weekend. At the second weekend, we were 17. And then we come back from this weekend, the second one, and I start to build a team. Everybody was showing the plan and promoting the weekend seminar. So we had a quantum leap from 17 to 191.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And that was a big jump.
Today,
Yes.
how many do you get at your own weekend seminars?
Yes.
How many now?
How many now?
Yeah.
More than 5,000.
That's a big jump.
Yes, big jump. Yes.
Yeah. Massimo over the years went to Emerald, Diamond, EDC, and now he's a qualified double diamond. Has the biggest group in Italy, by the way, and perhaps in all of Europe, I think, and the strongest. Anyway, that's for sure. So, Massimo, you've been on many trips. How many trips have you had, these free trips from Amway?
Boy, Peter, I can count them. More than 100. Many. So
Approx.
many experience. Approximately, 120.
Okay. That's a lot of free trips.
Yes.
What's your favorite trips?
This is a difficult question to answer. And it's not the first time that people ask me which is the favorite trip with Amway. They were so special in some way that it's hard to choose one because it's not just the trip, it's the experience that Amway built around the trip. I remember the fantastic trips to Maldives, and we just had the fantastic trip in Africa with the safari.
Oh,
Yeah, probably the most emotional. It was the first time in my life where tears came up from my eye, looking at the Victoria Falls. It's a kind of a big emotion that we live at this fantastic trip. So every trip was something so special, Peter. Yes.
yeah. You got many more coming too, huh?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Ah, terrific. Massimo, you've had tremendous success in the business. What advice do you have for new people joining the business today?
For new people, let me think. Uh, I would say two suggestions. Okay. First suggestion is to understand as soon as possible the value of the business you have in your hands. This is the first advice because in my experience, and it's a long time I'm in the business right now, I saw many people quit the business before to understand it. I feel always disappointed still today because if a person understands what he have what he has in his hand and then quit, I don't care, because it's a choice. But when you start this business, the first thing you have to do, you need to understand the value of this business, what can provide to you and your family, because that make a difference in decisions and changing priorities. And the second advice, Peter, is to understand as soon as possible as a new person in the business that you can do it. Because there are many people in life great, but people cannot do it. They don't have enough money, they don't have enough experience, skills, and they cannot do it in reality. This business, you can do it. This is my message to new people here today. You can. This is not meaning that you already can, because you have to learn things. You have to probably learn new stuff, but you have a team, a system that can provide you the knowledge and everything you need to be successful. And uh, thinking about understanding the value of the business and understanding that you can really do it. This is why I promote so strongly, Peter, the weekend seminar to the new people. I think the best decision that a new person can do is to go to the weekend seminar, because in 3 days, you really accomplish these two goals. First of all, you understand the power, the possibility for you and your family. And second, you start believing in your success. Not in the success of our business, we will, but the success of each every new person that start today in the business. This is what I believe is are my advices for the newcomers, for the new people.
All right, very good. How about people that have been in the business for a while and are stuck at a particular level? What advice do you have for them?
uh, they are in my heart, Peter. You know, I understand it. Sometimes it's harder than you think. Sometimes you stuck it at the level, and if you stay there a long time, you lose belief. You know, it's start to creep in the mind, the doubt that you can really do it, and so this is what I think about, or my advices for the people that are in the business for more time and they are stuck at the level. I have mainly three advices. First of all, stop allowing the past to control your future. What I mean, that sometimes we don't have, let me put it this way. If we keep making the same decisions year after year, we keep producing the same results. Okay? And sometimes we go year by year, not making new decisions, but making the same decisions of the previous year. So when you look in your life through the eye of your past, nothing can change and become worse and worse, you know? And it's like driving the car, Peter, looking at the rear mirror, okay? Instead looking in front. So we have to stop allowing the past to control the future. This is the first advice. So the second advice is the consequences of that. So focus on the future. And how you focus on the future? You have to set new goals. No, we start the new year, 2024. Let's set new goals and focus ahead of you instead focus backward. And I have, you know, I can tell many stories, Peter, of diamonds that I have in my team that for years they were stuck and then they stopped to allowing the past controlling their future. They start setting new goal, and in few months their life changed. And today they are millionaires, but they were stuck, you know, and so they unlocked that moment. And the third advice is to fill the mind with positive. Sometimes we are so bombarded by negativity from television, from negative friends, from toxic relationship. We have to fill our mind with positive and never allow any negativity to enter in the mind. So my heart goes to those people that in just few months they can change everything if they get unstuck. And this is exactly what I wish them.
Excellent. Great answer. Great answer. Okay, Massimo, take some time right now and present anything to the group that you would like. So I'm just going to give you the stage, so to speak,
Yes.
and you can go.
Okay, Peter. Um, I can share, you know, a feeling that I have right now. And it's exactly what I will for my organization with my people, you know. Um, I'm in the business for 30 years. It seems amazing, but it's a long time. And after all these years, I'm excited today as never before, you know. I see evolving, I saw this business evolving year after year, becoming better and better. And many times I affirmed, this is the best time in history, this is the best time in history. But, in reality, every 5 years, it's better. Every 5 years, it's better. And if I think about when I started, this business was not a vision, it was a prophecy. We had nothing that of what we have today. So my statement is now is the time. Now is the time. It's not just an empty claim. It's something very real for a convergence of factors that I'm talking about in a minute. So my feeling for everybody that is here today, and I'm not talking just to the people that are here for the first time, looking at the plan presentation that you did fantastically for the first time. I'm talking about everybody that is here. This is the right place at the right time with the right people, but you have to recognize it and take it advantage, And when I'm talking about being in the right place at the right time, now is the time, is because we have a convergence of factors. And I can talk for 2 hours about it, but let me resume quickly, just to have a hint of what I'm talking about. The first factor that it's under our eyes. You don't have to be an economist to understand it. You just need to have a brain. It's the world trends. Sometimes we rely on John Nesbitt, I remember many years ago, to understand the world trends, and we read books about world trends. Today, you just need to have a brain and look around you. The world trend number one, e-commerce. Everybody's shopping online, and the only commerce sector that is growing worldwide is commerce online. Everybody purchases online at every age, not just young people, even older people. And we invented, Peter, because we started direct selling in 1959 and with Nutrilite in 1934, something that it's relevant in the market, that anybody's doing. We did for many, many years. This is always been the foundation of our business. So today, e-commerce is one of the world trends, and it's exactly what we do with excellence since the beginning. Another world trend that I think is powerful is building communities. Today, everybody think about building communities, social networking, building communities, building network. I remember when I started the business, building network was something we try to hide. It seems like something, wrong. Today, it's so, if you're not in the network, you are strange. Everybody is building communities. And what could be the best of building communities and making money? We invented the concept of community. We invented the concept of network. It's always been the way we build our business. So, first factor, the world trend. We can talk a lot about it, but just remember, this is not something we can change. You cannot stop with the wind with your hands. This is something happening, and this is wind in our sails for our business. So this is the first factor, because I am firming this is the best time in history. Now is the time. The second factor, Peter. The second factor is, can say, people needs, what people want today. What people want today in their life. And still, everybody knows what people want. People want to be in their own business, to regain control in their life. We look at the past 3 years, how many people felt under, without control, losing jobs, depending on some companies that, for some change, they remain without jobs. People want their own business. We have research that Amway conducted in Europe, and one every two person, one every two want their own business, but they are stopped by a risk factor. Yes, they want their own business, but they don't want to take risk. And this is exactly our business, Peter. People can join the business, having their own business without any risk at all. So this is fantastic. This is exactly what we have. And talking about people needs, people want more money. Yes, we know. Today we are living in a society where money are very important. If you don't have money today, you live a miserable life. Yes, there are people that say, money do not make happiness. Yes, it's true, but even a poorness do not make happiness, And in this society today, if you don't have enough money, you live a miserable life. But people, they want money, but they want lifestyle. They want freedom. They want quality of life. Exactly what you have if you build the Amway business to success. So this is why the second factor, now is the time, is this perfect time in history. And then it comes into my mind one point that I want to mention here. Artificial intelligence is already here. It's not something coming, it's already here. And I remember a report from Goldman Sachs that say in few years, 300 million jobs will be substituted by artificial intelligence. I don't know how many people feel, but I would not feel very secure if I would have one of those jobs. But remember, no artificial intelligence can substitute the essence of our business. Human touch, relationship, empathy, live connection. We are protected by the advancement of this artificial intelligence that for many people is a threat. In our occasion, is an advantage. Because Amway is already using artificial intelligence to get our business better. This year in Italy, we already use artificial intelligence for a customer service to have the best support for our business. So in our business, artificial intelligence will be win in our sale. So let me tell you something to the people that are here today. I hope you understand the need to build a lifeboat today. And to build your lifeboat with this business is a very good decision, because we have the answer of all these needs to have your own business, not having risk, and go to bed and sleep very well, and to have money, yes, but to have freedom and to be protected by all the threat of the future that in our occasion, it is always wind in our sails. And the third factor, and the last one, why I believe this is the time, this is the perfect moment in history, the system, the team, the right people. We are in the right place at the right time with the right people. This is a key, the right people. You are part of a winning team. We know how to build a business. You have access to the knowledge of people that build a millionaire business. You have the access to the right environment to put in your mind the right way of thinking, So what you really need is just motivation, to have a reason to want a better life in your future, and you need the willingness to learn what is already there. So let me quickly repeat, why I believe this is the time, now is the time, the perfect time in history. Never see something like that, for the convergence of three factors: the world trend, what people want, and the team, the system. And this is why I can affirm with total confidence that we are, because I'm feeling excited. I'm not ending, I'm starting, Peter. I don't want to miss this moment. I don't want to stay at the window to see what happened. I want to be participant. I want to take part. because we are in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I want to drive many families to take control in their lives. And this is why I advise everybody is if you are new, it's the best decision you can make. If you are not new, you have to be here. The next step is to attend the weekend seminar, to start your journey towards success, to start the journey towards the life of your dreams. You know, don't give up. Don't give up to your dreams, to what you want in your life. You have the opportunity to take charge and to have a business that can bring you there. So, Peter, this is some quick idea I want to share with your fantastic team here. And thank you too for the invitation, Peter.
Okay, Massimo, terrific. I really like your trends. A great way to analyze our business today and the future. So we thank you for speaking with us today. And I look forward to this summer when you spend a month with us.
Can't wait the time, Peter. Can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be eating at Rick's.
Sure.
Yeah, kids will be surfing and we'll be canoeing and we'll just have a great time.
Fantastic. Can't wait the time, Peter. Can't wait.
Okay, thank you very much, Massimo.
Thank you.
Everybody for attending.